I have a story. So how many of you guys believe in ghosts? I do. So this happened to me recently. Um, so where I work, um, I had gone upstairs to get something, and I went to. So this house is like an old farmhouse. Beautiful, beautiful farmhouse. And I went upstairs to get something for one of my clients, and I walked past this room and I just felt there was something in the hallway with me. And it was the strangest feeling when I walked up the stairs and I just felt like there was somebody there. And I went past this room and there was this funky looking bear with like slanted eyes that was sitting on this chair. And it like flipped off the chair. Thought, okay, that was weird. So I walked in the room and I put it back on the chair. And there was literally like I could feel like the presence of like this woman in the room. And Kensu, hello. And I didn't know who she was. I just knew there was a presence of a woman. And I didn't say anything. I kept my mouth shut because I don't go running to clients and go, oh my God, there's a spirit in your house. And so I didn't say anything. And then later on, my client's daughter-in-law had brought up something that had happened, and we were talking, and she had mentioned something about her father-in-law, and she had mentioned something about something that he had said. And I just kind of looked at her and I go, oh my God. And she goes, what? And I go, she's here. And she goes, what? And I said, she's here. And I said, she was here last night. And she goes, where? And I said, that room at the top of the stairs. And she goes, which room was it? And I said, the one on the left. And she goes, oh my God. And I said, what? And she goes, because that's my room. And she goes, I had to leave that room last night because there was some things that happened to me in that room last night. She goes, so I had to come downstairs and sleep on the stairs. And I was like, really? And she said, yeah. And so she told me what happened. And she goes, she was like, I can't even believe this. And she was like, so you actually had something happen? I said, yeah. And I told her exactly what happened. And she goes, that was her bear. And I was like, oh, okay. So, and I just told her, I was like, I'm very sensitive to that stuff. And so she was just like, and then she put two and two together and understood, what was going on. So at the end of someone's life,